So hi everybody again, and welcome to our case study session for our lesson 3.2, where we're going to see the Trello board again, the organized one, and how we can manage it once it's out there, and what are some more specific tools and features that you could implement for your next Trello board, for your next event that you are going to be organizing. Yeah, so here is the organized Trello board that you have already seen in our previous lesson. Here it looks a little bit different than from one that we created together with you, just because apart from the blocked session, it also has the questions for the next meeting. I'm going to explain you why it is in here, because once you have a monthly meeting or once you have a weekly meeting, you always want to answer as many questions as there is needed, so your team members can proceed with their tasks as efficient as possible. So of course you want to include those questions into the meeting agenda so these questions can be covered and forgotten. So once you have a question from your team in this section, you can just see, maybe you can answer it right away. For instance, if you click on it, you can just answer it in the comments, and your team members would then realize that it's answered and they don't have to care about this anymore for the meeting. Moreover, I also attached the monthly meeting link in here, just that everybody can join and that everybody have the link for the meeting. Yeah, so this is how the Trello board could look like for your sports event, for your sports event management. We see that we have a lot of tasks which are already done. We have some tasks which are unfortunately blocked and need assistance from our event managers. We have some pending tasks, and we have also quite a few to-dos. And now, since we already know how to create a task and how to move these tasks between the different lists and how everything works, I would like to show you a Trello board from more a project manager perspective. When you see this whole tasks and workload and workflow in front of you at one side, you can also use some tips on how to manage it in the best and the most efficient way. Of course, when you have some to-dos and your team is doing them, they would move it to the done list over here. And at some point, you will have so many done tasks that you would not know if you have to look at them or what's the deal with them, right? So my tip for you is, whenever you have a task which is in a done list, for instance, let's say our marketing team submitted a first proposal for the event campaign. So you would like to check it, you press on the tasks, maybe they attached the proposal as a file, maybe they sent you a link. So you see, you check it, and if you like it, if everything works good, then you can just right press on the task and archive it, and it would be gone. Yet, if you are not quite satisfied with the task, with the job your marketing team did, what you could do, you can just write a comment saying, please revise. Then you change a due date. Let's say it was due 28th of February, but today is what? Today is 20th of March. So let's say you want them to revise it until the end of March now. So you just change the due date. You can set them a reminder if you would like. You can say a day before, save, just mark it as incomplete again, and move it back into a to-do list. I would also like to give you another tip how you can make your life easier with the Trello board. And it's not just automation rule, but you can also create a button on the back of every card or at the top of the board as you wish. So you can basically do a specific action with just one click. Let's say we would like to move our card to a done section with one click. It's also possible here. So let's check a icon, a tick, and let's name it done. Then we have to add an action, same as we did for our automation rules. Let's add an action to move the card to the top of the list. Done. And then we press on the plus. So it's out there and we save. Now we have the button and let's check if we have it now. So let's come back to our campaign proposal. And as you can see, we have a button named done over here. So if your marketing team has said, okay, it's done, and you press on done, it's now here again. And now you can have another look at it as a project manager and check if your marketing team has done a much better job this time. Anyway, as all of you are a part of eYOUAca workspace, this exact board is open to you. You can look at it, you can check how I set the points for the checklists. You can also check the tasks. You can check how it is set up. You can check the automation rules I used. You can check the buttons I used here. So you can basically get yourself inspired for your task that I'm going to present to you right now. Your task here will be the following. You're a project manager for the small sports event for children from your city. The event team is divided into following teams: event management, sports management, marketing, finance, logistics, just to organize transfers between the venues, and also IT. Volunteers are also involved in the event, so they also have to be recruited and managed. Now your task is to create a board in your Trello workspace, to organize the board for the event management according to this task that I have just said, then rename the board task, underline name, surname, underline country, as for instance, task underline Daria Sharafan, underline Austria, and invite eYOUAca Learning to the board so I could see how great the job you have done. And please make sure to include the following features that we have learned with you. Make at least 4 lists as to do, done, etc., with at least 3 tasks each. Also, create the labels for different teams according to your task. Then assign a member to any task of your choice. You can assign eYOUAca for it. Then make checklists and also create the deadlines for your tasks. And last but not least, create one automation rule of your choice. Whatever one you want, just make sure it's out there and it's working. Yeah, on this note, I wish you good luck with your task and all the best. I'm really excited to see all of the awesome Trello boards that you're gonna create.